Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me. Happy New Year. We have made it. We made it. Thank God we made it. Happy New Year to everyone that is watching this video. Thank you all for joining me once again. What I want to talk about in this video is something that I normally don't talk about as an entire video on rather. And that is this thing about cryptocurrency. Now, if one of my former coworkers is watching this video, please don't take this personal, sir. If you're watching this video, do not take this personal. You know that when we had this discussion several years ago, I was always someone that felt funny about cryptocurrency. I always felt funny about it because it's not tangible. So I always felt funny about it. And I kind of warned you about that, did I not? And what I'm talking about is what this article I'm about to read about in reference to some kind of scam that took place within the cryptocurrency universe, where it was 3.5 billion with a B, $billion that had been stolen or scammed or taken some along that line. So we're going to get right into this article, and I'm going to give you my theory and my commentary on what I believe to be the bigger picture of this whole idea of cryptocurrency and this whole idea of paper money. So let's get right into this. And the article starts off, the Securities Commission of the Bahamas claims that it has moved $3.5 billion from FTX's Bahamian subsidiary, FTX Digital Markets, into its own digital wallets for, quote, safekeeping, while former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried awaits trial in the United States. Look at this now. The Securities Commission of the Bahamas claims that it has moved $3.5 billion from FTX's Bahamas subsidiary, FTX Digital Markets, into its own digital wallets for, quote, safekeeping. Now, from what I understand, if your cryptocurrency or whatever is encrypted, explain that in detail, because I don't know much about cryptocurrencies. I got a couple of ebooks on it, but I haven't been reading them in detail. But what I understand about the encrypted, that means that nobody else can get to it, not even the government. But it seems to me that the security commissions were able to do that and move it into their so-called digital market or digital or their digital wallets for, quote, safekeeping. If it's encrypted, why were you able to move this encrypted money, which isn't real money, into your wallet, your digital wallet? You see see, let me slow down here. I suspected this from day one. Let's go on. CNBC reports that the Securities Commission of the Bahamas recently announced that it has seized $3.5 billion worth of cryptocurrency from failed crypto exchange FTX. In a statement released on Thursday, the watchdog confirmed that it had seized the cryptocurrency from FTX's Bahamian subsidiary, FTX Digital Markets. The seized funds were transferred into the Securities Commission of the Bahamas' own digital wallets for, quote, once again, safekeeping. The regulatory body previously announced that it has seized an undisclosed amount of digital assets belonging to FTX. See, the regulatory body has announced that it has seized an undisclosed amount. The regulatory body is the government. They were able to get a hold of this encrypted information, supposedly encrypted, and take these assets, these digital assets, for safekeeping. Come on, man. They always were able to do that. But let's move on. In my opinion. According to the commission, the seized funds had a value of over $3.5 billion based on market prices at the time of the transfer. The funds were transferred to the digital wallets of the Securities Commission on November 12th, just one day after FTX filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in the United States. The funds are reportedly being held temporarily until further direction is given by the Bahamas Supreme Court regarding their distribution to customers and creditors or to the liquidators of the insolvent estate. According to the regulator, the decision to seize the funds were made following the receipt of the information from Sam Bankman-Fried, the co-founder of FTX, regarding cyber attacks on the systems of the company's Bahamian subsidiary. Bankman-Fried has since been disgraced and extradited to the U.S. to face trial. The regulator claimed that there was, quote, significant risk of imminent dissipation of the assets if left in the control of FTX Digital Markets. Shortly after FTX filed for bankruptcy, the exchange was targeted in a suspected hack that saw the firm lose $477 million. That's the end of that article. Two things here. If information is encrypted, from what I understand about something being encrypted, that means that no one else can get in it. But yet this person was able to hack this information and went and get all this money, these digital assets. This is the problem I have with this. I've had it then and I really have it now. And I'm going to give you my opinion. And it's an opinion that I've stuck with, even when I didn't know hardly, and I didn't know anything about cryptocurrency. When I was told about this, okay, I suspected this is a scam. This is a scam. The government is going to get a hold of this one way or another because they have the technology to do so. You're being played. Okay. Now, let me say this. If it's not physical, if you can't touch it, don't you think that there's something funny about that? Don't you think something is funny about any form of currency that you can't touch? It's digital. One of the reasons why I didn't trust cryptocurrency is because it's digital. I can't touch it. So to me, that's not real. Regardless of whether or not it's not connected to the government and encrypted, it's not real, which suggests that someone else who's funny and a thief can hack into whatever and take it. It's exactly what ended up happening. Now, this person is supposedly going to go to jail now, and the commission, Securities Commission, the government really took it and put it into their digital wallets. Man, come on. They were able to do that from day one. Let me say this. Now, this is going to sound cynical on this New Year's Day. I know, but I have to give the news. I have to give you what I think here based on my studies and observations, not just coming off the top of my head. I'm going to say this without spilling too many beans because this video may be taken down at any rate. But we are all to some extent slaves to the monetary system in America and in the world. And what do I mean by that? Most of us use credit cards, right? And most of us use paper money, right? That is not real money. Real money, real means of exchange is gold and silver and physical assets. That's real money, but mainly gold and silver is real money. Paper money is not real money. It's fiat currency. And most of you that are watching this video, you know it. I might not have been pronouncing that right, but you know what I mean? It's spelled F-I-A-T. It's fake currency. It's currency that the government says, okay, this has value. That's fiat currency. The minute they say it doesn't have any value, it doesn't have any value. That's fake money. It's not real. Real money is gold and silver. But we were taken off of the gold standard in 1971. We was completely removed from it by former President Richard Nixon, I believe. But prior to that, in the 1930s, Franklin D. Roosevelt started the process, or continued the process, if you will, of taking us off the gold standard. What do I mean? In the 1930s, early 1930s, after the stock crash and the Great Depression, people began to lose their faith in the dollar bill. Now, I'm omitting some stuff here. You can do your own background check and study on this. They begin to lose their faith in the dollar bill. So what Franklin D. Roosevelt did was that he created a executive order that demanded that every American turn over their gold coins, because at that time people were still using gold coins. Even though they were using paper money, they were still using gold coins. Okay. The paper money was all right, had some kind of value to it because it was backed by gold. But in order to establish people's faith in the dollar bill, because they lost faith in the dollar bill because of the stock market crash and the Great Depression, to restore that faith in the dollar bill, Franklin D. Roosevelt created an executive order that stated that everyone had to hand over their gold coins with penalty of going to jail. And some people ended up going to jail because they wouldn't hand over their gold coins. That's not made up. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's part of history. And then in 1970, so people obviously started putting their faith in this paper money, which is printed out of nothing and given to us and shown to be valuable. But anyway, let's move forward. Then in 1971, Richard Nixon completely removed us from the gold standard. So now our complete faith is in paper money. So in some sense, we are slaves to the system. How are we slaves to the system? Because we don't have gold. We're depending on the paper money, cryptocurrency, which we don't have any, it's not tangible, or a credit card. If you use a credit card, you're still a slave to the system, because what you're going to do, you're going to use a credit card to make withdrawals, right? They withdraw money out of your account, but the money that they draw out of your account is what? Paper money. It's not gold and silver. It's paper. It's an illusion. I hate to be cynical, man. It's an illusion. The positive part of this is, let me put something positive out there. The positive aspect of this is that this pushes people to put their faith in God. Our faith, and as a minister, I got to say this, our faith has to be completely in God, not in money, not in its paper money, not in the system. It has to completely be in God. That he's the one that will supply all your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. I'm giving you my spiritual religious belief on this now. This pushes people, or should push people, to put their complete faith in God, because it can't be in paper money, because they can control that. They just did that. They just did it by taking them digital assets and putting it in their digital wallets. They just did it. They just showed you, oh, we can do that for safekeeping. Come on, man. It's not tangible. You can't touch it. That's one of the reasons why I like to buy my books physically. Now, I have a Kindle, but if my phone goes out or whatever, I can't use it. And the new phone that I just purchased not too long ago, it's saying that I can't buy books on Kindle anymore. I have to go buy and do something else. So I couldn't even buy any more books on Kindle. I had to go through this other process. So you know what I do? Okay, screw you, dude. I'll buy it off Amazon. I'll buy it. I'll just buy the book physically. I'm not going to even buy it on the Kindle anymore. I'll buy it physically. That's why I got a collection of nice collection of books and still collecting. Because it's physical. I can touch it. It's tangible. You can't take it from me unless you come in my house and try to take it. And that's going to be a problem. That's all I'm going to say about that. Physical assets is real money. Gold and silver is real money. So to some extent, we're all slaves to the system, which should push and promote and prompt us to put our faith in God so that we'll no longer be slaves to the system. This is what this cryptocurrency is to me. And I felt that way from day one. And now it has come out in the open. This is exactly what this is all about. I said this, I said, man, I don't trust this. I don't trust this. And now it's coming out. Now it has come out in the open what this really is all about. Then unfortunately, we sold out. We sold out, man. We sold out to that group. I'm not going to say it on YouTube because this video may be taken out, but we sold out to that group. And now they control the printing of our money. They control our money. The Constitution states that the American Congress was supposed to control our money. But now they, okay, control our money. And since they control our money, they control us. That paper is not real. It's not real. It makes you, if I put if you find a $20 bill, you walk on the street, you find a $20 bill, you be like, oh man, you break your neck, or at least most people will break their neck trying to get the $20 bill. Because they've been brainwashed and conditioned to believe that that piece of paper has value. But it's working off of an alchemic principle of turning worthless lead into gold. It goes deeper than what people think. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. That's the principle that this group is using to make you and I think that paper money is valuable. That's all I'm going to say about that. Our faith should be completely in God. Trust in God, man. Trust in God. So in case they take all of this stuff from us and the dollar bill go, your faith will be in God, and God will supply all your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. But that's what I had to say about that. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. God bless you all, and see you again.